Indigo Soul, Starseed Live. Namaste, brothers and sisters. How are you all? How are you all? Welcome, welcome, welcome to my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I'm here. I'm just in the garden of a lady's house that I know, and I just wanted to really do a little video for you guys with the Ascension symptoms that I experienced, went through, and have come out of the other side. And I just wanted to explain not only the physical symptoms that are not necessarily great, but also the positive benefits to all of these symptoms. As a video I'd done previously on Ascension symptoms almost a year ago, a lot has changed since then. A lot has changed. So basically these are the physical and other symptoms that I experienced through Ascension, and you know, that have really settled down now. I don't really experience that many now, which is great, but at the time it was intense, long lasting, and it drove me insane. Okay, so at the start I had a feeling of a deep feeling of loneliness, because all of a sudden I'd open my eyes to the state of the world, and all of a sudden everything around me, because I'd changed my vibration, everything around me had changed. So no longer did I have any friends, not that I had great ones before then anyway, but no longer did I have them. You know, the things I was doing wasn't resonating with me anymore, and the music and everything, it just all changed. So I had this deep feeling of loneliness, because I hadn't found my soul tribe, and I was in the in-between stages of releasing all that doesn't serve you, and then having all the new come in after that. So I felt deep feelings. Okay, there was that. Obviously not in this order, but I went through insomnia. I went through, literally, when I say insomnia, I don't just mean, oh, I couldn't sleep for one night. I mean, I couldn't sleep for nights on end. Nights on end. I would spend all night in bed, just turning around. You know, I did everything. I did everything I could do to sleep naturally, but it just wasn't having it. My body was so... Basically, it was like I charged my spirit all of a sudden with meditation, all this kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden my body was so full of energy that I hadn't experienced for so long, because I was consciously bringing it in. I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I was wide awake. You know, like when someone uses that kind of drug, which obviously is synthetic, but it was almost like I'd taken a drug in that sense, because I was so awake and I couldn't sleep, and you know, I wanted to do so much, and it was really difficult, that period. I remember it wasn't easy, because you're not sleeping, but you want to get everything done, and it wasn't an easy period, but it does stop, and I've come out the other end, and my sleeping now has gone back to regular, lovely, beautiful rhythm. So yeah, so there was that. Then I experienced nosebleeds, which isn't that common in Ascension symptoms. Not all of you get it, but I did. I experienced nosebleeds because, of course, my frequency went very high, very fast. My vibration, as I was purposely building on my vibration daily, intensely. So I had nosebleeds. It just... what else happened? Oh yes, I had serious bouts of depression. extreme, and then extreme joy. Now the joy, when it was the depression, I was so low and down, and oh, it was awful. But the joy, it was so intense. I've never experienced joy like it, and all of a sudden I got these feelings. Actually, I'll explain that in the positive section, because that is something that's beautiful. Yes, intense depression, intense joy, your emotions will fluctuate, but remember, emotion just translates to energy, emotion. So don't necessarily get caught up by your emotions, or don't get caught up by others' emotions, or because it is literally just energy going through you. That is all emotion is. So don't allow it to affect you in the way that so many of us do. It's hard for me to say that, because I'm a starseed, so I'm not used to emotions at all, like in this respect. And I find it quite strange. And for so long, I allowed that to beat me. I allowed depression to beat me, anxiety to beat me, cancel, clear, delete. But thankfully, on this path and through my progression, no longer does that happen. In fact, I am the one who's beaten anxiety and depression without any kind of medication or help in that way. So yeah, so that was another one. What other symptoms did I go through? Oh yes, I had terrible aches and pains. My legs, my knees, my muscles, everything was aching, and just random strange pains. Another thing is waking up with bruises without knowing where they come from. I had a bit of the sweats, like hot and cold. What else? Oh, I experienced loss of appetite, and then I experienced extreme appetite. And funnily enough, it was almost like when a woman's pregnant and she only craves a certain type of food. When you're going through Ascension, for me anyway, your body will crave exactly what is needed for that moment in time, and it will tell you so strongly. Your desire for any other food will be gone. You'll just desire that, what your body needs, which obviously is great, but it was kind of strange when you're only eating one thing, the same thing for days and days and days. You're like, come on body, ain't you had enough? What else happened? Emotional, crying. I've been crying. I went to a friend's workshop in London about a year ago where we started to release, and then I did some emotion code healing with her. And just a few sessions, but in them sessions I learned from observing her, I learned how to do it for myself. So every day since this London workshop about a year or so ago now, I have been releasing, and pretty much every day, if not every day, every other day, but it's been intense. And what I do is I wake up and I cry. And I cry and I cry, and I cry. It always seems to be in the morning as well, never in the evening. In the evening I laugh and laugh and laugh. In the morning I cry and cry and cry. But that's just another natural part of Ascension, guys and girls. When you say I allow what no longer serves me to be released, it does release. But you have to allow it, and you have to be conscious of it happening. And ask your guides and higher self to help you release all that doesn't serve you mentally, emotionally, physically, and etherically. What else? Physical? Anything physical? Yeah, just random pains that, there's nothing wrong with you. You go to the doctor. I went to the doctor and had a few things done, and there was nothing wrong with me. So it is literally all down to Ascension. I also got lightheadedness sometimes, dizziness. That turned out that I had to ground more and drink more water. And the headaches is either A, your crown chakra is being activated and opened, or B, you've had psychic attack from somebody and they're literally in that moment attacking you. That's what a headache can be. What else? I I went through a lot of tooth problems actually when I was with one of the physical symptoms of going through Ascension, which I'm still doing now, but I'm through the physical, this side of it all, if that makes sense. I went through the ride, I held on, and I got through the other side, and now none of these symptoms happen to me. They're all completely balanced, except the crying one. I'm still releasing, purposely, still releasing, which is lovely, because the more you release, there you go. Okay, guys and girls, so what I'd like to do now is talk a bit more about the positive side effects and the positive symptoms, if you like, of Ascension, because there's so many. However, I am a smoker, and if you don't mind, I'm going to grab a cigarette, so please bear with me. Now, I don't drink. I look after myself in every way with my diet, etc. You know, I meditate daily, I practice daily saga, but I do still smoke tobacco. And however, I have arranged an appointment. I have to rearrange it because I missed the first one, but I've arranged to see a smoking nurse because I'd like to get patches and seriously cut down. I really want to cut down. I want to see if I can go throughout the day without smoking, and maybe just have a ciggy or two or whatever in the evening, you know. That would be great. That's my next step towards health, is definitely cutting my smoking down. So, you know, every day I take steps towards improving myself, but wow, so much has changed in a year. It's just unreal. I was watching my videos on my channel, and you know, I actually got rid of some of the ones I made almost a year ago because it wasn't me. It just, you know, I can't explain it. So much has changed in a year. It's unreal. So where was we? Right, positive symptoms. Okay. So, things like psychic abilities improving. All of a sudden, for me, I can now do things like mediumship. I work with archangels and different beings. My telepathy has increased. I'm starting to be able to use that so much more. In the readings I'm doing, I'm having so much more information channeled through me, without me being intended on that or asking for it, which is incredible. And it feels so great when I'm doing it. You know, it's so natural and it feels so peaceful. Did you hear that? The bone, space in my bone. What else? Okay, then things like synchronicities. A positive side of Ascension is all of a sudden, because you're on the right path, you're following your higher self, your heart, you're following your guidance, synchronicities are occurring in your life. In other words, things like seeing certain numbers, or you turn up at the right place at the right time. So-called coincidences that are not coincidences, that the beautiful universe playing out its story, you know. So they start to happen a lot more. The more you release what doesn't serve you, the more new comes into your life. All of a sudden you're open for abundance, and abundance flows to you. Consciously, when you're open, you as a conscious creator can manifest anything and everything you want, as long as it's for your highest good and the universe's highest good, and it's in line with your heart. You can manifest anything you desire. Life begins to work with you because you begin to work with yourself and with life. You begin to love yourself and life begins to love you back. What else happens? Things like you find your soul tribe, the people, the friends that are, you know, the best people in the world, people you aspire to be like, people that inspire you, motivate you, love you, help you, watch you grow. And you know, it's incredible when you find your soul tribe, because you all come together and all of a sudden you are so strong. You're not on your own anymore. Even though you was never on your own, you're now part of your soul tribe, the people you met in higher realms before you incarnated and promised to help each other through this life. When you raise your vibration and go through ascension, you find that tribe. You really do. And then also you find twin flames, soulmates. Now, a soulmate could be a friend or a lover that has karmic lessons to teach you from a previous lifetime together. Or you could find your twin flame, which is literally the other half of your soul in male or feminine qualities. What else? When you are going through ascension and you're in line, etc., you're open. All of a sudden you're not only open to abundance, but you're open to guidance. Now everything and everyone becomes your teacher in the living world. Everywhere you go is a message for you. Everyone is a message for you. Every being, even insects, bring messages from God. Okay, so remember to be so vigilant, because every single thing that occurs is a lesson and a blessing. It's another thing that when you're a conscious creator, you every day, like, you won't necessarily be excited every day, but all of a sudden your life will have such meaning, because you'll be living the path that's authentic to your heart. And all of a sudden you will literally, your dreams will come true. And not just your dreams, but dreams even bigger than you thought was possible. When you start living in line with your authentic self and your authentic mission, your whole world will change in your favour. Literally. It's beautiful. Excuse me. What else is there? Meet your tribe, meet your partner, synchronicities, miracles and manifestations. Like I was just saying, all of a sudden you'll be able to manifest things. You'll be able to think and they appear. Not literally on the same day, although with a high vibration, continuously working on it daily, you will start to manifest on the same day. Prayers are answered as well. It's another beautiful thing. I mean, prayers are always answered, but again, when you're living as a conscious creator, co-creator, and you're in tune, etc., prayers are answered much quicker, and miracles manifest much quicker as well. And all you need is provided for. All of a sudden you'll see, like, say you need a table, you can't afford one, someone will bring one to you, and you'll get it for free. There's things like that. The universe will provide for you in the most craziest, beautifulest, strangest ways, and you know, you'll love it. You'll really love it. You'll feel so loved and so looked after and cared for. And that's what life does. Life loves you. As Louise Hay taught me all them years ago, the first woman who changed my life, life loves you. You have to love yourself, and you have to love life for life to work with you. And stop working against life. When you let go of all resistance and you start following your true path, life is there for you in every manner. Woo! Well, what else happens? Well, not only do you manifest, but you start having spiritual experiences, be it with the archangels, the ascended masters. Start to see colours, orbs, angels, ETs even, spaceships, all of that kind of stuff. The more you raise your vibration and meditate and live as a conscious co-creator, the more you will start to see these beings, interact with these beings. Not only that, but you have guides, you have spirit guides and your higher self that you can connect with and talk to on a daily basis. And they can guide you through your life. So you don't even have to get into trouble or strife or stress or have a bad life, because you've got higher guidance. Guys, dudes, girls, they can see your life from a different perspective, and they're there for your highest good. You met with your guides before you incarnated. You chose them and you asked them to help you with certain lessons. However, guides will not help you unless you give them permission and gratitude every day. So whenever I ask for help, I always give them permission and gratitude. So yeah, what else? feelings of gratitude, feelings of contentment, feelings of being connected to every living being, feelings of being one with nature, with everything in the world, seeing the world from a higher perspective, seeing the world from a wider view, seeing the world in a complete different manner to how you ever saw the world before, and you know, moving home, changing house, all these wonderful changes. Oh, wow, it blows my mind really when I think about it. I mean, all the physical stuff I went through the dark night of the soul, which is like just nightmares basically. I went through nightmares, you know, I went through all that stuff, and at the time it was driving me insane. However, I stuck it through. I kept on. I stuck with my friends, and I followed videos, and I did guided meditations, and I practiced affirmations, and I did all these beautiful things, changed my diet. And the more I did that, the more I worked on loving myself, the more love came to me. You're a magnet, and when you're living as a conscious co-creator, you become an even stronger magnet, and you literally, your light magnetizes the room. I mean, the love and the happiness of one conscious co-creator outsparks 40,000 negative beings. I remember reading about that, and I was just shocked when I heard that. One conscious co-creator living a conscious life, i.e. the way I am trying to live, or the way I am living to the best of my ability, affects 40,000 negative beings. 1 against 40,000. What does that show you? The power and magnetism of having a soul that is whole and alive and content and peaceful, and who knows who they are. Do you know who you are? You know, that was the first question I asked myself at the start of this journey, before I even knew of the spiritual path. This was when I got shown the way the world really is, the system, Illuminati, all that. I don't want to bring their vibration into this video, because this video is a positive video, but I'm aware of it. And let's just say, after seeing all that and you know, I really needed to know who I was, why I was here, and what I was doing, because I've always felt, ever since I was a little girl, like I've got a mission. I've got to save Earth. I've got to save humanity. Does that make any sense? Have any of you ever had that feeling? Turns out I'm an indigo soul, or a starseed, or crystal rainbow, however you want to call me. But yes, that feeling I've had all my life, and I always knew the world was not what I was being told, and I always knew things were nothing like they seemed. And it felt strange. It was kind of like I was living in a world that I had no idea of, you know. It was so weird to me, so alien to me. Strange. I used to talk to the moon and cry every night. I used to spend hours as a child up on the windowsill crying to the moon, telling her everything about myself, my life. And then during the day I used to play in the forest with the tree spirits, etc, etc, you know, and I used to try and make little camps and do whatever I used to do, but it was always nature and the moon. Yeah, it's always been that way with me. Still is the same today. Forest, moon, mountains. I love nature. Nature's incredible. Yeah, that's another thing, you know, you start actually hearing telepathically the birds, the bees, the plants, everything starts talking, communicating with you, other galaxies, other beings. It's incredible, it's just incredible. You start to see things, I mean, everything is revealed to you. As soon as you start to like meditate, love yourself, live this conscious life, everything is revealed, all the veils are lifted. You don't even have to really study, even though I do. I study because I love to study and I research a hell of a lot. However, you don't have to, because it is all unveiled to you naturally and it all falls into place. You know, in meditation, in prayer, you'll ask a question, and then in meditation, like the other day for me, it will be answered, and your prayer will be answered. Literally, my prayer was answered the next day after my last prayer. You know, it's just incredible. Animals know your vibrations change, so you start attracting them everywhere you go. They come really close to you, and they want to be close to you. And your aura just heals, strengthens, lightens with the work you do. It just glows. And everyone around you can see something's different about that girl. Something's real about her. Something is so powerful about her. And you don't even have to do anything. You just walk in that love, in that heart, in that Christ consciousness. You just walk. And everyone is magnetized to you. Not literally to you, don't let this go to your ego. It's not you, but they're magnetized to God within you, and they can feel that love, that light, that trust. And they want that for themselves, because really every soul is just seeking God and love and peace in every aspect of their life, in whichever way they can. You know, it's beautiful. Excuse me. What else happens? I've pretty much said it, I think. It's just incredible. Yeah, you start living your dreams, meeting incredible people, meeting your soul tribe, manifesting things, manifesting your life, changing your life, moving, having job change, friend change, personality change, food change, everything changes. It just all changes, and the more you let go of the old, the more you allow in the new. But, you know, that was something I had to do. I had to let go of a lot of old, and I'm still doing it, even now. I had to let go of a lot, and I had to cry a lot out before I could allow any new in. But the new comes flooding in once there's space. It really does, and it welcomes you. It welcomes you, because it's waited a long time for you. You know, we've all got like imagine like a cloud full of things, or whatever experiences that we really desire to experience, to grow, and we've all got that waiting to be dropped to us. However, you have to be open, you have to have released, you have to be in that conscious state, connected, you know. So the quicker you start to meditate, affirmate, do your work on yourself, the more you do it every day, the longer you do it, the better that you get at it, and the quicker everything changes and whoosh, goes boom around you. And it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. Of course, like I explained the other day, we still have problems. Everyone has problems. Just because we're on a spiritual path doesn't mean we don't have problems. Just because we meditate doesn't mean we're not busy or we don't have lives. You know, we're all seriously busy. We're working for spirit, so we're working overtime, which we love anyway. We live in service. I am of the purple ray, which is of service and divine wisdom, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, we work overtime, but we love it. And because we meditate and all this stuff, and we do all this stuff, it enables us to work with life instead of against life, and just everything becomes much easier. And even things that are hard to deal with, we can have so much help to deal with them consciously. And there's so many other things we can do holistically to heal ourselves and help ourselves. But the main thing right now, from what I've been being told from guides, etc., the main thing right now is to be eating earth foods, to stable yourself with all these energies coming in that have been sucked into the ground, and obviously to be being creative and to have fun, lighten up a bit, because everyone's been so serious. Like last year, if you was ascending last year was so hard. There was so much to release, so much to work through, so much to let go of. But I've sensed this year is more about just the last few things you're releasing, but new beginnings, all the abundance coming in from what you've let go of, etc, etc, etc. So So it's been wonderful. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to share my cigarette break with you. Like I said, I am at work at the moment. I'm going to have pop